Hello, everyone. My name is J.T. Vega. I'm a quintesson. As you might as well know, I am having a poor time right now in the universe figuring out this person's issue about anime. Apparently, his name is Tibi Gui, whatever his name is. I apologize. Has a problem with anime.
So you had some interesting comments about Japan, white supremacy, and how anime ties into that.
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting.
Okay.
The way you explained it was that Japanese anime looks like white people as opposed to Japanese people. Explain that.
It's a little bit more nuanced than that. I grew up watching old school anime like Fist of North Star and When
Yeah,
Ninja
me
Chronicles
too.
and all those old school anime joints. Shout out to Supernatural. I used to go over his house and watch all them joints. But
Okay, he watches anime. I guess some people really do like anime for some reason. I understand. I guess everyone does.
I noticed back then, there's certain things I noticed back then that a majority of the characters had Eurocentric features. There was a lot of whitewashing in terms of the blue eyes and blonde hair, and the heroes looked more European, and some of the villains looked Asiatic, African, or Asian. That's just something I.
That's not technically true. I seem to recall one particular character from an anime known as Makuras, or aka Robotech in the United States, named Claudia Grant, and also some other ones. Tapo Shono from Metal Armor Dragon R, which is actually a pretty good anime. Also, you might recall this anime, which is Afro Samurai. As you can see, he was a very interesting character. Also played in a feudal futuristic anime that everyone liked it. It got positive reviews and everything. Or Mikiyuki Akawa from Basquish, which a lot of people like her for some reason. I'm not going to point out what it is. As you can see, those are just examples of black characters in anime, but I guess he believes that every character is white in an anime. I don't blame him. But, of course, people can be, unaware of what they're doing. Let's continue on with his video interview.
Noticed. I also noticed there was a lot of destruction, Godzilla level, like atomic bomb level destruction. So it's just something I noticed about anime is that it was hyper focused on the destruction of civilization, the destruction of cities, which I think it was a fallout of our bombing of them.
The nuclear holocaust. Seems those things always seem to happen. But not every anime does that. I seem to recall a few animes do this all the time. Some of them, like K-On, for example, it seems to have a very popular following, yet it doesn't need a nuclear apocalypse to do it.
And two, it was focused on uplifting a Eurocentric value of beauty, which is not unique to anime. It's not like anime does this. When you walk down the street, you see a black woman with her hair straightened. That's not how her hair looks when she's born. She does that to conform to a Eurocentric metric of standard of beauty. Every culture does this. Every culture on the planet does this because white supremacy is global. You have people who lighten their skin in third world countries. Who, you have people who go through great lengths to appear more white. This is not by coincidence. It's not because
Not just third world countries. It happens in the U.S.
it happens every nook and cranny.
Look at Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, it happens every nook and cranny on this planet. You have people going out their way, and then in Japan in particular, lightening creams and widening your eyes. Like there's some real shit going on. This is a cultural. It's not. When I speak on that, I'm just speaking on facts of just how the world works.
I know this for a fact that not many women in the cosplay community, especially black women, give a shit about the beauty standards, considering I've seen some cosplayers do it, even though some are cute, some are not so cute, but I have to say, damn! that are fun. Let's move on to the next thing that he's going to talk about, which I hope this would be interesting.
It's not a judgment of anime. It's not a judgment of Japanese culture. American culture is no better. Look at American cartoons. It's no better. Look at the black people who were in American cartoons. Like, it's like,
How about some examples of very great black characters that I used to remember back when I was a kid? Old school. G.I. Joe, for example. Here are the examples: Medic, Ranger, Roadblock, and Iceberg, which I have to say was an interesting character in black cartoon history, by the way.
so I mentioned it in a conversation about something else on Twitter. And what I didn't know, but I know now, I had noticed that a lot of white supremacists have anime as their avatars. This is something that I hadn't noticed already.
I've never noticed that before.
Okay, well, the anime avatar ranking is, the white supremacist avatar is like Boston sports teams, a dog, some sort of gun, Pepe the Frog, a picture of Donald Trump, dog again, because there's a lot of dog avies, some sort of American flag, some sort of German Nazi symbol, or anime, particularly like waifu anime, like blonde, blue-eyed, like dainty. So I mentioned this, white, Eurocentric influence in anime, and what I didn't realize how strong the white supremacist community was in the anime community, and I got dogpiled on immediately.
Look, I can understand that you're making this theory that every white supremacist likes anime based on the fact that anime focuses on Eurocentric anime. I understand that, but be realistic and make sure you know who and what you're talking about, because this is ridiculous.
Like, I must have made some blog or some Reddit or something, and they just started coming at me very upset about, and then when I was looking at their profiles, these are like men's rights activists, which men's rights isn't a fucking thing. If you're a men's rights activist, you're a fucking loser. I just had to say that. But these are people who are like Trump supporters, and they post this Pepe the Frog shit all the time, and they make fun of black people, and they hate Black Lives Matter. Like, this is the same community of people. And they also, a lot of them, like anime. And I think it's because a lot of the white supremacist culture, when you talk to white supremacists online, they're really on some Nazi shit. So they'll start talking genetics, and they'll start talking eugenics, and they'll start talking IQ. They're quick to be like, Quali, you're retarded. You must have a low IQ. Because intelligence testing is based on like European ideals of what type of Western knowledge you should have. You know what I'm saying? So intelligence testing can be biased in a lot of ways. The bell curve, that was
Look, I can understand that you probably are not aware of what's going on, or you may be disagreeing with me about certain things, but maybe people maybe disagree with you on an issue because you obviously are not aware of what was going on.
debunked, was something that was written by a black guy, a coon, you know what I'm saying, to say that black people just by nature are just not as intelligent as white people and never will be. These white supremacists, they believe this stuff. And so they show up and they'll tell you their argument will be, well, here's proof I'm not racist. Asian people are way smarter than white people. Asian people do so well. So what they'll do is they'll stereotype Asian people, and there's no such thing as a positive stereotype. If you're grouping a group of people, even if you say all Asian people are good at math, that's you being a bigot. That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's you being a fucking racist. So
Right, and I've actually looked into this. The reason why Asian people are so good at math, I mean, number one, the parents push very hard for that, but also the way the language is structured in terms of mathematics, it's easier
right,
for them
but see,
to
here's the
put math
thing.
together based on the way their language is.
But see, that's not scientific or empirical. There are plenty of Asian people who suck at math. The idea that Asian people were good at math is not based on this global scale of weighing in and what is Asian people like? Which group of Asian people are you talking about? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
it's that's a really whitewashed way of looking at it, and they use it to dismiss the struggles of black people. They say, well, what's wrong with y'all? Asian people are so good, but then they fetishize Asian women. These white supremacists fetishize Asian women. They got these waifu pillows, body pillows with pictures of Asian women. And like, that's what is animation. And they all are in the super like disgusting. Let me not be a judge. Cause look, there might be some shit I like that turns me on that you might think's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But when it's like this childlike looking porn, that's just disgusting to me, bro. Like when your relationship is with like a pillow that's a cartoon of like a character that's supposed to be Asian but got big blue eyes, like that's some weird fetish shit. That's some weird white supremacist fetish shit. And they took offense to me coming for their pillows. You know what I'm saying? They clutched their pearls and how dare you say our cartoons are racist. And then what happened was they started calling me all types of niggers and I should get hung and this and that. And one person actually said, since you say cartoons are racist, I'm going to be racist to you. It's like, is that really all it took? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you've actually,
Fair, I can agree with you and disagree with you. But I'm not going to try to belittle you or put you down or anything like that or call you names. But as far as I know, you kind of went on and on a tyrant about this issue. How this white supremacist group attacked you on the internet. Look, maybe some people disagree with you on the issue. Maybe some people think it was a stupid comment. But as far as I know, people are going to react to it. That's how it happens sometimes. I know that you may not agree with me on these issues, or you could probably disagree with me, which is fine. But as far as I know, this was all just a bad joke. Considering I dealt with trolls too, I don't call them white supremacists. I just call them assholes who just like to do this for the lulz and think it's funny. Hell, I had to deal with a 13-year-old kid who was on my live stream who thought it would be funny to disrupt my live stream for the lulz. As far as I know, I could care less because I pawned him on the live stream, proving my point. But as far as I know, you have to realize something. Maybe you gone at it the wrong way. Maybe you probably ain't stupid, but maybe unaware of things. But as far as I know, that's pretty much what I have to say about this. I gotta go, guys. Catch you later. Bye bye.
Nerf this.